Hi, I just wanted to show you a couple of quick extra tools that you can use when you are using basic shapes and you're manipulating them to make them more organic and human-like. So I've previously showed you how to focus in on a very specific anchor point using the direct select tool. So let me just, just gone into isolation mode. So if I click the direct select tool, I can select a very specific anchor point and I can manipulate that anchor point. So I can make this more wrist-like if you like. And let's say I want the L arm to be a little thinner as well. Okay, and I'm going to use the V tool, select this object, then A tool to grab that anchor point, move it in. Okay, so the new extra functions that I wanted to show you was adding and deleting an anchor point. So adding an anchor point gives you an extra point of reference which you can either use as a angled corner or a rounded corner for your shape. So let's say I wanted to add an anchor point between these two anchor points here. I'm going to press the plus key on my keyboard, and now you can see I have my pen tool. It has a little plus key behind it. If you hover anywhere on a line, you can add another anchor point. So I'm going to now grab that anchor point and show you. Okay, so now I've added an anchor point. I might want to manipulate this one a little bit so the shoulder line is a bit smoother. Maybe move this one up a bit. So it's all about adding anchor points, removing anchor points, playing around with Bezier handles. Let's say I want to delete this anchor point now. I'm going to press the minus key on my keyboard. So just press minus on the keyboard. I now have a little minus symbol behind my pen tool. Now if I click on an anchor point, I can delete that anchor point now. So I can add anchor points, I can delete anchor points, I can grab anchor points and move them around. So I can move this one down and up. If it's a curved edge anchor point, I can grab the handle and control the curve. If it's an angled anchor point or there's only half a curve, I can hold Shift and C and pull out a new handle for that anchor point if I want to make it really curvy. I can reduce the curve of the line by pulling the Bezier handle in, increase it by pushing it out, change the angle. Okay, so it's playing around with the anchor points on your basic shapes will lead them to be more or enable you to make them more organic. So this is how I've created or taken from the really big blocky rounded edge rectangles. I've played around with anchor points and the Bezier handles of the curved lines to create more human-like shapes. Okay, so add anchor point, press plus, minus anchor point, press the minus key on your keyboard, and then you can select which anchor point you would like to delete. So hopefully that has helped. There's one other thing I wanted to show you quickly. I wanted to show you that on Moodle there is a little exercise that you can do to help you practice with the pen tool. Now the pen tool is really good for helping us to draw more freehand shapes. So you could start with some basic shapes, but if you wanted to get a little bit more granular and draw a little bit more freehand, we can use the pen tool. Now there is a little video here directly from Adobe, and it also has some activities which I've downloaded and added to Moodle. And it's basically like a tracing activity that helps you control the pen tool. So you can start to freehand draw some of the more intricate lines. But I do encourage you for speediness and for symmetry and balance to start with basic shapes and then to manipulate the anchor points and then to finish off using the pen tool. So if you follow the activities on Moodle, so you could use your own person created with basic shapes, use the keystrokes that I've put here to help you to control and edit and manipulate those basic shapes, and then practice with the pen tool. You will be on your way to having the tools and the skills to design your persona infographic. So hopefully that's helped, and I will see you soon.